The story begins on the vast, blue ocean where a group of people are out fishing. Everything seems peaceful until the captain finishes a bottle of water and tosses the empty plastic into the sea. Suddenly, a scream, sharp and full of pain, pierces the air, shaking everyone to their core. Before they can even process the sound, the heavy fishing net they just pulled up starts thrashing. It bursts open, and a terrifying human-like creature lunges out in a blind rage. Terrified for his life, the captain doesn't hesitate. He grabs his gun and fires. The scene shifts far away to the busy streets of London. We meet a man named Brackley, who is fast asleep until his phone jars him awake. It's an emergency message from his employer, the UN Intelligence Task Force. Heart racing, Brackley wakes up his son and tells him, "I have to go. You need to stay with your mother." Outside, Sergeant Hannah is already waiting in a car, and she is not happy. She's furious that Brackley is insisting on dropping his daughter off at his ex-wife's house, first using her vehicle. When they arrive, his ex-wife is just as angry. Brackley's unpredictable job constantly forces her to drop everything to look after their child. After the chaos of his personal life, Brackley and Hannah reach a private airport. There, a man named Jaron begins to brief them on the mission. But Brackley's tablet is broken. The man sitting next to him offers his own screen, showing a video of the very creature from the beginning of the movie attacking people. Brackley, who isn't a field agent at all, starts to panic. He whispers to the man, "I'm not an agent. I'm just a clerk coming along for the ride." Realizing he's sitting next to an amateur in a high-stakes situation, the actual agent panics too and refuses to speak to Brackley for the rest of the flight. They land by helicopter on a lonely, deserted island. Before entering a high-tech facility, they undergo a decontamination process where a special machine kills every germ on their bodies. Inside, a colonel meets them and points to a screen showing the creature. The team is stunned. Some think it's just a person in a high-quality costume, but the colonel is dead serious. He explains that this is a Homo spedal, a species that lives deep underwater and likely existed long before humans ever did. The scientists show them a mysterious feather found on the creature's neck. While they don't understand its meaning yet, an officer carefully places the feather back on the captured Homo spedal. As the leaders head off to a meeting, Brackley is left alone with the creature. He looks at it with deep, quiet intensity, eventually bowing his head in a gesture of profound respect, the same way one might show reverence to a holy cross. In the meeting, the colonel explains that these creatures are a massive threat. He recalls a submarine accident back in 2020 caused by this same species. To bridge the gap, they use a sophisticated machine to send out a communication signal. When Brackley handles the controls, the frequency is so powerful it makes his whole body tremble. They wait for a response, but the ocean remains silent. Disappointed, they head to their tents. Brackley asks Hannah if he can call home, but she sternly refuses. Night falls, and 2 soldiers are guarding the room where the Homo spedal is tied up. Suddenly, the solid floor beneath them begins to soften, turning into a murky swamp. One soldier sinks rapidly, disappearing into the muck despite his friend's desperate attempts to pull him out. The second soldier tries to use his radio, his latrines of communication, but there's only static. A terrifying sound wave echoes through the room, and a hand reaches out from the swamp, dragging the second soldier down to his death. The captured Homo spedal then emerges from the water, grabs the body of its fallen comrade, and vanishes. Alarms scream across the base. Brackley and the soldiers rush to the scene, but there's nothing there. No creature, no bodies, and the floor is solid again. General Austin is frantic, trying to reach his men over the radio. Brackley notices something odd, a piece of metal sticking out of the ground. He pulls it, and to everyone's horror, an entire chair comes out of the earth. General Austin lies on the ground, calling into his radio, only to hear his own voice echoing back from deep underground. They start digging frantically and find a human hand. Seeing the dead body is too much for Brackley, he runs outside, trembling. When questioned, he finally spills the truth. He was just a clerk who registered as an agent to get the job, but he's never seen anything like this. He tells General Austin he's ready for punishment, but the general just sighs and says, "It doesn't matter what you were. You're here now, and you're working for us." Meanwhile, Hannah is frustrated because missions like this can take years, and Brackley, with barely any training, is way out of his depth. She begins to tell him that her unit was specifically formed to study supernatural events, but she's interrupted by a shout. The creature has been spotted on the beach. Everyone sprints to the shore. Brackley is handed a camera to record the encounter. General Austin orders everyone to put down their weapons. Using a translator, he welcomes the creature and asks why they are surfacing now. The creature is cold and bitter, telling Austin that humans ended them, and now they want revenge. Austin pleads for peace, saying, "You ended us too, but we want a future, not a war." The homospetal known as Salt agrees to talk, but with one condition: they won't just talk to the leaders, they will speak to the whole world. Suddenly, homospetals begin rising from the waves on every coastline across the globe. Phones everywhere start buzzing with alerts. People are terrified, filming the creatures and uploading the footage until the homospetal trend goes viral globally. Following Austin's orders, no one attacks. This leads to H2O diplomacy. A massive meeting is organized in an assembly hall, featuring a giant pipeline and a water tank for the visitors. Brackley is given a short leave to see his family. He gives his ex-wife £3,000 and begs her to keep watching their daughter for a few more days. Back at the hall, the atmosphere is tense. Army generals, politicians, and reporters are everywhere, though cameras are strictly banned. When a drone tries to peek through a window, the military shoots it down instantly. Brackley arrives, and so does the agent he originally replaced. The real agent makes a scene, screaming that he should be the one there, but security drags him away as a madman. Brackley and Hannah share a small laugh at the absurdity of it all. Suddenly, the water flow to the tank stops. A pipe has burst. Engineers fix it quickly, and Salt enters the tank, accompanied by 2 other creatures and a fish that can actually talk. Salt reveals she can understand every language on Earth. As the human leader begins a long, formal welcome speech, Salt cuts him off. Her guards throw 2 eggs into the room, eggs that never hatched. She explains that the filth and pollution humans dump into the ocean killed her children before they could even be born. A female ambassador steps up to apologize, but Salt ignores her. She points directly at Brackley. "We will only speak to him," she declares. The room goes silent. Brackley is confused, stuttering that he's nobody. But Salt looks at him with something like warmth. "We don't want to talk to power," she says. "We want to talk to you because you are the only one who treated us with respect. You looked at us the way you look at your cross. You have the heart to understand us." She plays a video of Brackley's moment of reverence for everyone to see. After the meeting, a commander named Kate takes Brackley into a room and grills him. She suspects he's a spy or in league with the creatures. Outside, the world is losing its mind. Rumors fly online that Brackley is a fish spy or a monster in disguise. Politicians are furious that a common man is holding the fate of the world in his hands. The Prime Minister tells Kate to inform Salt that Brackley is off the team and they will choose a proper ambassador. They hold a private meeting to tell Salt this, but she is immovable. "If Brackley isn't there tomorrow, there is no meeting," she warns. Kate puts Brackley in a high-security van to see his family. She jokes about shooting him if things go wrong, but then softens. "I'm kidding," she says. "I just want to save the world, and I don't care if it's an ambassador or you who does it." Brackley tells his family everything. His wife is terrified and tells him to walk away, but his daughter's eyes shine with pride. "This is your chance to be someone, Dad," she says. Meanwhile, scientists are studying the underwater materials the creatures brought. One corrupt scientist steals a sample to sell for profit, leading to a chain of corruption involving a political leader and a journalist. They want to stop the peace deal because cleaning up the oceans would destroy their dirty businesses. To ruin the meeting, the journalist leaks Brackley's photo to the media, making him a target. Kate manages to sneak him into the assembly hall through a mob of reporters and kicks the corrupt journalist out. The final meeting begins. Brackley starts reading a script Kate wrote, apologizing for Salt's lost children. Salt interrupts. "Do you have children?" she asks. When Brackley says yes, she asks for a glass of river water. When it arrives, it's brown and disgusting. Salt tells him to drink it. Through his earpiece, Kate screams, "Don't drink it! Just read the script!" Brackley tries to follow orders, but Salt stops him again. "Speak from your heart, not your government!" Brackley loses it. He rips off the headphones and tosses them aside. He tells the room the truth. Humans have been fools. They've treated the Earth like a trash can and ignored the consequences. He speaks about the new generation kids like his daughter who want to fix the world. Salt is moved. "You are a great person," she says. While Brackley becomes a hero to the public, his bosses are livid. He goes back to a hotel where his family is waiting and they watch the news together, seeing the world cheer his name. However, fame brings danger.